Is Kodak's Portra 800 the perfect film stock? I think so. I think yes. Yeah, it is. All right, so Kodak has been a leader in the film industry for decades, and their Portra line is one of their most beloved, most well-known lines. There's other stocks like Portra 400, 160, but Portra 800 is easily my favorite one, and I just want to kind of share why I think it's wonderful and share some images that I've taken using this stock. I think the first thing to note is that Portra 800 is a high-speed, color-negative film that was designed to capture images in low-light situations. And it's known for its fine grain, vivid colors, natural skin tones, which is why it's a very popular choice for portrait photographers, wedding photographers, but it still has a lot of flexibility for other types of photography like landscape work. That Portra 800 name comes from the ISO speed of the film. It also has great grain structure, which means that it looks smooth and it produces a very natural looking image. I think the biggest advantage for a film stock like this is really not just the beautiful colors that it produces, that's very consistent too, but because it's 800 speed, it gives you flexibility to shoot in low light situations, indoors, when you just don't have a lot of available light. It also has a very wide exposure latitude, which means that it's a little more forgiving if you over or underexpose it by a few stops. And that's not the case with every film stock, but at least with Portra 800, it's a little more forgiving when you don't expose perfectly. I think one of the things that's definitely known for is its colors and how it renders skin tones. So it really is a wonderful film stock when you are shooting portraits or people. And I think that's why a lot of wedding photographers like to use it, just because it does create wonderful, beautiful skin tones in images. You know, whenever I get asked questions about film photography, the first question is always, what camera am I shooting on? And then the second question is always, what film stock am I using? And 75% of the time, Portra 800 is what you're going to find in my cameras. And that applies for both 35mm, like when I'm shooting on my Leica M6, or when I'm shooting medium format, like this Pentax, which is a camera that I bring for nearly all of my weddings where my couples want film. And so it's just a great film stock for the various reasons that I just mentioned, and hopefully the images that I showed gives you a good idea of what this film looks like when you shoot it. Yeah, these are the reasons why I like this film stock, the reason why I think it's very popular. And you know, it's definitely more expensive compared to other film stocks like Portra 400 or 160. Again, because you are able to shoot it in lower light situations because of the higher ISO speed. But you're paying for some of that flexibility, and I think it's worth it. So that's it. Hope you learned something, and I will see you in the next one.